Hello everyone and welcome back. It's that time again. It's Architect Home Remodel time. Alyssa over at Sims Therapy picked this house for me. This is from early November 2019. I have not remodeled the home yet, but I have actually looked at it already. Most of the time when I do this portion of the video, I haven't actually looked at the house very closely, but this time I have. I do have some thoughts on what I'm going to do with it. I do like the layout quite a bit. I'm not quite sure about that third level. And if you're new here, I wanted to let you know when I do remodels, whether it's Architect Home or the houses that are in the game, I might take off a level on the top or a basement or both. But what I keep the walls the same. I don't change the walls. So that's the challenge part of it. There are some items in this house that a lot of people don't have access to, and that sofa and ottoman is definitely included in that. Here are some garage items as well. So there's a laundry room over here. Then there's a staircase here, and you can see the black chalet staircase. A lot of people don't have that either. There's also the little apron shelf there, and it has the white chalet kitchen with the black countertops. I like the layout of the kitchen. I'm just not quite sure if I'm going to keep it the same. And this big great room here is rather empty. Maybe they took out the coffee table, I'm not sure, but there's just not a lot in there. And this, I'm not quite sure what that was. They may have taken a couch out of there. But again, I like the layout. I have a good idea of what I'm going to do with that great room and kitchen, I think. But let's come upstairs and take a look. Again, it's just a matter of personal taste and trying to ignore the wallpaper glitch. I just don't like the fountain in the hallway there. They have an office over here, which is good. There are a lot of little tiny rooms that I'm going to have to figure out what I want to do with here. Obviously, the game took the bed out of that master bedroom. You get the socialite, I believe, table over there. It has the makeup thing on it. But I'm just taking a look at these rooms and trying to figure out what I might do with that as I'm sort of going through it with you. There's a nice sized master bathroom here. It has a separate little shower room there, and they've put a tub over there. So that looks pretty nice, and I actually like the balcony. I may or may not change out the furniture, but I do like the balcony there, so that's good. I probably won't keep the elevator. I generally don't keep elevators in family, like residential builds, but some people do like that. And again, it looks like they probably took out some beds, but they have a kids room up here, and I'm not quite sure what's supposed to be up there in that empty room on the left, but then there's a bathroom over here for this level. So I'm really not sure if I'm going to keep this third level. It will depend on how I think it might look. And I'm just showing you here, that is that Villa Gold shower that I play around with a lot in some of my videos. I get comments asking me how I do that. That's the one shower that you can really just move around and is freestanding. So again, a look from the outside. There is a lot going on the front, so I'm going to have to tone it down just a little bit. Like I said, I have some ideas on what I'm going to do with the house, and when I come back, you will see what that is. So here is the after several hours later, and as you can see, I did take that top level off, and I also gave it a different style of roof. I went with a gray and brown exterior. I have really liked mixing those colors a lot lately, and you can see I left the layout of the balcony the same. I just switched out the couches and tables, and I think it really suits the gray just a little bit better now. And then you can see I took the sides off the pool and just put one long reflecting pool there in the front. And I think you guys are really going to like the inside. At least I do. I'm kind of proud of this remodel, to be honest with you. It didn't take me that long, not as long as it usually does for a larger home, but I did some really different things in here than I normally do. So here is that great room. I kind of had this in mind when I was going over the before with you, but when I came to do it, it just really flowed. Look at this. I love this. So I took the farmhouse fireplace and put it in the corner, and then put the flowered wallpaper as the accent wall. And then I took one of the patio doors that you can kind of see through and just put it there and opened it, and then put one of those coffee bars there, and you'll get a better look at that in just a second. But here is the living area right here, again with the accent wall on the opposing wall with the flowers on it. I love that wallpaper. the red rugs, the red wallpaper, and then the white furniture and coffee table and end tables just really pop. I love how this came together. And if you've been with me a while, you know I have a challenge when it comes to large rooms like this, but I love how it turned out. So let's take a better look at this area over here. There's the doorway that leads to the stairs, and then this brings you into this kitchen. I continued that flowered wallpaper on this wall. Now remember, this is actually two separate rooms, but I wanted it to look like it was one big room. And I've set this up to where the lady who lives here is hosting a coffee party. So I've inserted some clips here where you can kind of see how it would look if everyone was here and using the items, and how the room would sort of be used for entertaining. And you can see them over there. They're on that coffee bar. I put that glass door there, as I explained before. The farmhouse fireplace is on the other side. So to cover up the back of it, I put that bookshelf there. And I thought it would look great there because it would kind of be where she would maybe put her cookbooks. And I've also used that little chalkboard in the kitchen just because I'd actually like to have that in real life. But you can see where I've backed those up behind each other. So it sort of looks like it's all one room, but it's not. And that allowed me to have the flowered accent wall on one side of the kitchen, one side of the living room, and then there in the middle on the farmhouse fireplace to sort of tie everything in together. And then I hung those lights over the bar, and I just think it looks beautiful. I'm really proud of this room. It was so much fun to decorate. So I just wanted to give you an idea on how I had put all of that together. So there it is, all put together from one end to the other. You can see the staircase through the glass in the kitchen there. And then we'll come through this doorway, and you come into the dining room, which is another room I really like. This just looks so cozy to me. And you can see here where some of the guests are enjoying each other's company over here in the dining room as well. I love the fact that the brick wall wraps around the farmhouse fireplace like that. And I've put the little coffee on the table over there for the guests. You can tell she's kind of just arranged it over there. But I think that looks so pretty with that fireplace in the corner and the windows right beside it. I really love how this looks. I've put the Wizard's Cottage rug underneath the table to bring out the red and the accent walls. And then in here is just a little closet. I had to use the alcove for something, so I decided to use it as a little wine keeper room. So that is the dining room there. I really like this room as well. It's just a lot different from what I normally do, and I really enjoyed setting all of this up. So in here is that staircase room. I've just put the chalkboard on the wall. There is a door that leads out to the side of the house. And then there are double doors here. So since I took off the top level, I wanted to have a guest room in the house. So I decided to put it down here. So you just come through the doors right here at the staircase. And it's small, but it's just right for a guest room. I've used the white villa bed along with those little white cabinets there instead of the villa nightstands. I thought that looked really pretty. And also, I've used that older green wallpaper, which looks perfect with that bedspread. And there are windows behind the little curtains on the bed. So if you come out here and you put the walls up, it just looks like there are curtains on the windows. So I thought that looked really cute as well. And I put the little suitcase over there by the bed too. In here is the downstairs and ensuite bath for the guest room. It has the sink, a shower, and I brought the green in here, so I wanted to bring some green decor. I used that plant holder there, and then it also has the black pots in it, which brought out the black in the shower, the towel rack, and the sink. And in here is just the toilet room. So that is the remodel of the downstairs. I really do love it. I love the decor. I love the colors and all of that. I'm not totally happy with the shape of the house, but I did work with what was there. So you come up the stairs, and again, I just sort of replaced the couches and furnishings on the balcony, but there was already this long hallway here, and I don't typically decorate hallways too much, but you can see what I've done with this one. I really like this. I think that looks beautiful with that sort of gray villa table and the pictures on the wall. There's the new bookshelf. I brought in the green Wizard's Cottage rug. I think it looks wonderful with the decor on the shelf. And then there are just some more pictures on the wall over here. And then the golden wallpaper looks beautiful with that color of flooring. That little cube was already there. I just sort of left it alone as an entrance to this master bedroom. So this is the new look of the master. It has its own living area with a fireplace over there. And I've used the hotel suite bed with the black and gold dresser, which looks really nice together. And then over here's that living area. It has a TV, fireplace, an ottoman, just a white sofa, and a black and white lamp. And then over here for these little rooms that were already here, I decided to turn them into her closet so she has a little space for clothes and another separate little room for her shoes. So then we come around to this doorway here. So this sort of turns it into an L-shaped master suite. I've used this little room here as the room for the vanity. So there's just the vanity there, a wastebasket, and a hand dryer. And then in here is the actual bathroom. So obviously one of the guests from the party decided to stay after the party. So they're having fun over here in the tub. I love the lights over the tub. I love the glow it puts on the wall. And then over here is the shower. So these are those gold showers I was talking about in the before. I really like what I did with them in the coffee house remodel. That was my favorite one, but I've been kind of playing around with these. Here I just put a couple of the black and gold screens in front and back of it, and then just some plants behind it. And I think it looks pretty nice that way too. The toilet's over there in the corner, and I just put a painting here and a bench in front of the window. And there is a door that goes out to the balcony as well as from the hallway outside. So there's two ways out to that balcony. So that's this side of the upstairs. I like the L-shaped master suite a lot. And then let's go back out into the hallway. There's a couple of more rooms to show you. In here, I decided to put a half bath up here as well. I know there's a bathroom downstairs, but I figured if there's company on the balcony, rather than walking through the master bedroom, there could just be a half bath there in the hallway. And this is now what the laundry room looks like. I've made it with the garage, washer and dryer and cabinets, put an ironing board in there and brought another red rug in and just used that little room there to store the vacuum cleaner. So that's the second floor of the remodel. I'm really happy with this remodel. The only thing, again, that I don't like is the shape of the house. If I were to remove rooms and I could remove the left and right room, those tiny ones in the very front, I think I would actually like the shape of the house. We don't need to do the grid because I didn't change the walls. Of course, it is a remodel, but this is the furniture placement. That's that living area there, which I really love. And we'll take a closer look at what I've done with that fireplace and how everything connects to the kitchen. So I put that long sliding glass door in first to divide the rooms, and then I put the fireplace there and then the bookshelf behind it. Then I just put the bar in front of the door and then put the bar stools, and that really is all there is to it. I think it looks really, really nice, and there's how the kitchen looks now. Totally different from how it looked before. And then you can see there where I've glassed in the stairs. And I also forgot to show you during the tour, I actually put a window there behind the stove with the stove hoods above it. I had never done that before, but instead of a backsplash and have a window there, I thought that looked really pretty too. I forgot to show you that during the tour though. And there's just a staircase room there, the guest suite there in the green and white. I think it looks really pretty. And there's its ensuite bath and the toilet room. And then we'll come over and look at the dining room, which is another room I really love in this remodel, again with the farmhouse fireplace. And I'm sorry if you think I overused that fireplace. It just happens to be my favorite. I love that hallway too, by the way. But I love the farmhouse fireplace because not only is it beautiful, but you can really use it to change the shape of some rooms, as you saw for both of those rooms downstairs. There's a lot you can do with that fireplace. Plus, where it changes with the wallpaper, that's probably my favorite part of it. That's definitely very, very useful, and I really hope they come out with more fireplaces in the game that are kind of like that, that do the same thing but just maybe look a little bit different to give us some different choices. So you saw the master suite there, and then we'll come up and look at the little half bath, and then next door to it is the laundry room. So I'm really glad Alyssa picked this house. I really enjoyed this remodel. Once I took off the third floor, and plus I kind of already had an idea of what I wanted to do with that great room in the before, I really got going on it and I loved doing it. So Alyssa, thank you so very much for picking this house for me. This is probably the house I would have picked out of all of these to redo. I may actually pick another house for this batch and do a video on it. I'm not quite sure yet because I am trying to get to several requests this week. But if I have time, there is another remodel I may post as well. So I hope you enjoyed the tour of this remodel. If you did, please help me out by hitting that like button or leaving me a comment. It means a lot to me. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you so very much for watching. Be well, and I will see you next time.